today.
Yes.
And I can't recall any double move opportunities that they've tried taking with him, especially on a guy with the speed of Tyreek Hill and knowing you have safety in the middle of the field.
Stingley with his 4th interception of the season, 10th of his career. Busted play, we think, with Stroud sliding for a first down at the 30. He got it right there on 3rd and 1, picked up there. Was it a busted play?
I don't think it was. I think it was just supposed to be a quick bootleg and get it out to the flat, get the first down. But when the coverage goes and runs the way they do, watch how he gets to the outside. If all of a sudden you can make that little flip to Mixon in the flat and get the first down.
Gotcha.
But knowing you only need a couple, get down, don't take the big hit. Smart decision by C.J. Stroud.
Nice play. They get the first down. And the clock is ticking. 1-score game, Mixon the back. 2 tight ends. Joe Mixon cuts, drives. Brought down by Walker. With a gain of 5, and he slithers out to the 35. CBS Thursday. It's time for the beloved comedy tradition of Ghostmas. A magical night filled with can't-miss surprises and endless laughs and hijinks. It's CBS. The new one-year Ghostmas begins at 8/7 Central. 1 hour Ghostmas, 8/7 Central, Thursday on CBS. Festive Houston. 2nd and 5. Good time. But look at Tunsil just holding off the block of Ogba. And then it goes to Schultz. Flag thrown. As they got Ramsey over there with...
You said holding off. And right after you said holding off the pass rush, then the flag goes.
I shouldn't have said anything, right?
Offense number 57. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
But I think they called that on...
They did. They called on Fisher. Not Tunsil.
Yeah, Tunsil.
You were talking about Tunsil. Yes, Tunsil was doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yes. So the announcer jinx would have been on Tunsil if the flag come in.
Oh, that jinx stuff is for the birds.
It doesn't really.
Yeah, no. But look at that. Look at that. It's the bottom of your screen with Sealer coming in.
Yeah. Right there, Sealer tries to throw him by, and Fisher grabs him with that left arm.
Now 2nd and 15 back to the 25. Fisher a block there. Stroud. Nice diving catch is made. Hutchinson. First catch today. First time they've thrown to him. 8th catch of the year. 13-yard pickup and a good throw by C.J. Stroud. He's up to the 38. Fuller was covering.
He is so good at that. C.J. Stroud is just moving, doesn't have to get big strides. His core and his arm strength, just able to just flick it out there. I mean, that's about a 25. I know it's distance-wise, it's less than 15 yards, but when you consider it's the wide side of the field, that's a 25, 30-yard throw that he's putting on a rope.
3rd down 2. Agunbowale the back. Underneath, Schultz. And he's met there by Poyer and by Jordan Brooks. And he's got the first down to the 42. On 3rd and 2, they get 4.
Well, and this is so important for the Texans. Yes, you want to go down and get points, make this a 2-possession game, but you're using up clock. You're getting conversions. You're maintaining possession of the ball, and right now that's valuable.
Stroud today, 17-24 with 2 touchdowns and 130 yards. Miami has no room for error in a chase for one of the wild card spots in the AFC. They cannot afford to lose. 1st and 10. Mixon blocked by Schultz, cut inside, and again it's Jordan Brooks, the leading tackler, with the stop on a gain of a yard. 2nd down and 9 with the clock continuing to tick. And that's what Tua is looking at. He's gone 28 of 37 for 190. A touchdown and 2 interceptions. Which is hard to even believe. You're looking at that line.
Yeah, kids considering.
He never throws them.
Yeah, he was up over 200 attempts prior to the 2 picks here today.
2nd down and 9. Out of the backfield, it's Mixon. Initially hit by Howland, then Walker finishes him off shy of the 45 with a pickup of 2. So it's 3rd down. Got our brain trust up here today. Brian Taylor and Larry Costigan. Larry was at the Army-Navy game yesterday for
How
CBS.
about it? Yeah.
Yep. Got down here this morning and both doing stellar work with our producer Bill Thayer and our director Jim Cornell and all of our great CBS people. 3rd and 7. 4.5 to go. The timeout situation you see. 2 for the Finns, 3 for the Texans. Here comes the blitz. They got Poyer chasing him. And downfield, incomplete for Schultz. And there was a thicket of defenders down there around him. So the defense of Miami does their job. 4th and 7, the Dolphin defense steps up.
Well, Poyer and Brooks both come free, and Stroud's able to get to the outside and not take the sack, but not able to come up with the pressure because of the change up there.
So it's a 1-score game, 4.5 to go, and here comes the punt by Tommy Townsend, who has had a very good season. And he leads the league in punts inside the 20, but let's see where this baby sails out of bounds. Is it inside the 20? It indeed is. In what may be about as important a drive in a 1-score game for the Dolphins this season.
It really is that important of a drive, and really when you consider it's a 1 possession, you got to go down and get the touchdown, get the 2-point conversion just to tie it up. 4:20 to go. You already burned one of your timeouts on the 4th down, so you have the 2-minute warning coming up. You do still have the 2 timeouts, but this drive is critical.
Miami took that timeout when it was 4th. Remember down here, they're figuring out what to do. It worked. That was a good time to take a timeout. And here they go, 1st and 15. Achane the back, Ingold on the move. Tua, here they come. He's grabbed by Hunter. Swung down. 3rd Texan sack. Hunter has been every place. Losing 10, back to the 7.
It's the spin move on Carman. Watch right up here. The spin move. He get Jackson Carman sets to the outside. Danielle Hunter steps with the outside foot, but then spins back to the inside, and there's nowhere for Tua to escape.
Danielle Hunter is in the top 4 in sacks in the NFL, making his presence felt. He's from nearby Katy. And he's playing for his hometown team.
Leads the NFL in quarterback pressures, and as you said, with those 2 sacks now he's sitting at 12.5 sacks on the season.
Wow. Miami has taken a timeout.
Well, the play clock was running out. They had to.
Want to remind you, stay tuned for the NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars, time permitting. All the latest NFL scores, highlights, and news, including today. 4 games remain.
AFC South title.
2nd and 25. They need the 32. Blocked by Paul. It's off to Smith, and he can't hold on.
Well, they could have a holding call here in the end zone, which is if that's the case, that could be a safety. Where did it take place?
Yes.
Holding. Offense number 55. That penalty's declined. 3rd down.
It must have been at the 1-yard line. The official picked up the flag and re-dropped it at the 1-yard line.
Because if it were in the end zone.
So that's it right there. Yep. So he's right out of just past the goal line, about the half-yard line. So that half yard was the difference between 2 points and having to kick it off to the Texans. But now 3rd and 25.
Craycraft drilled. Hit there by Ward. Catch at the 12. Punting situation.
And Kevin, all you're trying to do there is just get some separation for your punter. Instead of having his heels on the back line, now you give him a little bit of space and hope he can boom one 65, 70 yards to flip the field. Still got the 2-minute warning and 1 timeout. Try and get the ball back.
Bailey the punt. Dell is back. And backpedaling to the 24. Hang of 4-8. He got by the first wave. He dances his way until he is brought down near the 30-yard line. Smythe was one of a couple down there.
Well, and the way he was swinging that ball around,
My goodness.
I was like, you better go down because that thing, they're going to be trying to punch that thing out. So
Tuesday, the Texans awarded $455,000 through the Inspire Change Grant to 12 local nonprofits and educational programs. The Texans established the fund in 2021 to aid programs that support social justice and racial equity efforts. We salute them and the other 31 teams in the NFL doing the same in their own communities. It's 1st and 10 with an 8-point lead. And Joe Mixon wrapped up right off the bat. Hit there by Calais Campbell. Jumps through, makes the stop. He's 38 and he plays like he's 28. Losing 2, 2nd and 12, back at the 19, back at the 29, excuse me.
Well, they're going to have to get a snap off here before the 2-minute warning. So what you're hoping is that you're able to get a stop and enough time before the 2-minute warning so you can get a quick timeout to force them to have another play before the 2-minute warning. It looks to be about a 6-second difference, 5 or 6 second difference. So quick, depending on how quickly they can get this tackle made.
2nd down, 12, pitch out Mixon, blocked by Schultz. With the initial hit by Campbell.
Well, and they could have had one right there, right before the 2-minute warning.
This is the 2-minute warning. Timeout.
But now on 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 at the 2-minute warning. Tua and the Dolphins down by 1 score. 3rd and 8. Houston with all 3 timeouts. 8-point lead, 2-minute warning. They're coming hard. Here comes Robinson. Down he goes. Wrapped by Sealer. Stroud couldn't even get that ball in his grip probably as they came at him so fast and so furious, and the sack back to the 26 and a timeout taken by Miami. 1:56 to go. It's 4th down and the punting unit will come out there for the Texans and Miami will have a last shot.
Well, Dolphins that time just rushed forward and you see Sealer and Chop Robinson get in on that. Let's go back to the end of the 2-minute warning and the timeout. So if you call the timeout with 2:03, no matter what happens on 3rd down, you're going to have, and here we are, you see the play clock running. No matter what happens, if you call the timeout after the 3rd down play, the clock automatically stops for the 2-minute warning. Now, by saving the timeout after the 2-minute warning, which is what the Dolphins did, if they're able to get that pass off and it's an incomplete pass, then you've got a timeout in your pocket. So I can understand why they didn't do it. I'm just saying from an aggressive standpoint and knowing what they had to do, by them having the timeout there, they were able to get it done, and not much of a variation on time there.
We're going to let this bounce so that Washington can't return it, and they down about the 23. Washington had a 45-yard kick return last week that got the Dolphins in position to win a game in overtime against the New York Jets. That time, Townsend, who did not like that punt and has had a terrific season, gets it down to the 23. So if you're just joining us, we've had a lot going on. Tua has thrown 2 interceptions after going 184 consecutive passes with no interceptions. He's thrown a touchdown. Stroud has thrown 2 touchdown passes today to Nico Collins. If the Texans win and the Colts lose later today against Denver, Houston will win a 2nd consecutive AFC South title. Miami needs to win and get help. Here's a long pass, looking for Hill, and it's picked off. It's intercepted. Stingley's done it again. Stingley has done it again. His 2nd interception. Hill had it, and then he just took it away.
That was the right place to go with the football. You've got Tyreek one-on-one in man coverage. It was underthrown a little bit. Tyreek tried coming back to get it. He has his hands on it.
Oh.
But Stingley has that right arm in between Hill's two arms and is able to rip the ball out as he's going to the ground.
And that seals the Houston win. The Dolphins are out of timeouts. And now Houston, with the win, will go to 9-5 and 5-2 at home and win their third of the last four. The game's big play happened in the third quarter with the Texans